At first, Master of the Abyss seems intimidating. Not only do you need to win, you need to do it with countless negative modifiers. Supercharged enemies, less health, additional bosses, all while everything is 4 times more powerful. It even makes the prospect of playing online stressful. Thankfully, this really isn't as bad as it might seem. At least, with the right tactic and build. I found the best equips are the Tesla gun with Magnetic Storm. I personally didn't use the primary option, so any of those are fine. For abilities, I like turrets. They're good supplemental damage that can be done without changing tactics or risking damage. Take this section as more of a suggestion. There are probably better choices or things you may prefer. I'm just showing you what I found useful, with my main suggestion being Plague, Ancient Forge, Controlled Chaos, both Picky Warships, First Rest, Ability Abundance, Ascended Blessing, Gambler, Devout, Misty Dash, and Artificer. But, like I said, it varies. The only thing I can tell you is Timely Reward is extremely difficult to get on this difficulty. You shouldn't need Second Wind, though I personally used it because I didn't want anything else. And Misty Dash is only useful if you know the timing. I suggest filling every slot besides Abolish Shrines, Depleted Shrines, Nautical Horrors, and Executioner. In my opinion, this gives you the highest margin of error, though, depending on your exact tactics, it might make more sense to swap a few of them. Like, Nautical Horror really isn't that bad if you have the damage. While there are a lot of good options, I personally like Fan. This adds 2 additional projectiles to the left and right. Since my tactic was spamming Magnetic Storm, it litters the field. Seriously, it is so easy to clear rooms. Though, anything that increases damage is also good. My preferred weapon upgrades were Larger Battery and Compact Transformer. After that, anything that further enhances secondary attack is fine. Since I run Artificer, Forges also give me the ability upgrade. For this I like Drones and Extra Pocket. After that, Double Trouble or Guiding Bullet are nice. Unsurprisingly, the run is going to come down to getting the right blessings. Personally, I liked Secondary Tentacles, Blood Ability, and Frozen Primary. I also found Secondary Wind Burst useful. It does decent damage along with increasing AoE size. If you stick with this build, I suggest picking secondary skills, or if one isn't present, going with Blood. The idea is to either increase damage or expand health, with the final skill adding additional boss damage. Naturally, Wind Burst is also a suitable replacement. Overall though, it really comes down to getting the right secondary attack stuff. In my case, I didn't have anywhere near an ideal build, yet it worked out because my secondary was so strong. If it isn't obvious by now, I would start a room by throwing all my turrets. After that, keep shooting Magnetic Storm. With tentacles, they should proc every time, meaning you should have 6 turrets, 6 tentacles, and countless storms all burning hostile forces. It is insane how quickly this can shred enemies, even on this difficulty level. But the main benefit is how mindless this is. You don't need to aim, or think for that matter. Just keep up the momentum while avoiding enemy attacks. Even if you miss, everything else will try to finish enemies for you. That said, kiting enemies into storm rings helps a lot, especially on earlier levels. Beyond that, one thing I found really useful was abusing sacrifice altars. This is done by using Gambler with the rest perks. The trick is to find the altar and sacrifice as much health as possible. Typically, this will give 100 additional HP. However, if you use the shrine afterwards, you lose nothing. Another helpful tip is these items usually spawn near each other, and you can backtrack. So if you get the shrine first, it's extremely common for the next room to have the altar. Then you increase your health by 100, head back, and you lose nothing. Later levels I found more easier to just risk it, but if you're not as confident, consider adding more rest skills. I also found the first one was really nice because the first stage tends to be the hardest. But with this, and some luck, it's pretty doable. Naturally, I don't think this is the absolute best method, but it was extremely easy and worked for me. Though, feel free to offer further refinements in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Please consider leaving a like, comment, or subscribe for more content.